All right, y'all know how we do, man. We back with another one. I got my boy Trail Jackson. Y'all on WatergodTV. What's
Uh,
good, Trail?
Hey man, I'm blessed, Water. I'm blessed, man. Ready to have a conversation.
That's
Just
what's
been
up.
enjoying the week. No, last week we didn't do a show. Your boy was down bad, boy.
Yeah, man, you got to talk about that, man, because one of the I think it was somebody that had uh
Mhm.
pneumonia too, an artist that came back from it. I forget what his name was, but go ahead. Here, no, there. Go ahead.
So, I ain't been sick since COVID, but what tripped me out, like in Charlotte, where I'm located at, one day it was 25 degrees. I wake up the next day it's 75 degrees. By the time I get out of work, it's
Damn.
32 degrees. So the weather was changing something drastically, and I wasn't prepared for it. I wasn't
Mm-hmm.
expecting it. So by the time I got home and laid down and woke back up, my throat was different. My head was light. I was full of mucus and congested. And I said, man, water, man,
Mm-hmm.
I'm down bad, big
Can't
dog.
do
I don't know.
it.
I don't
Right.
know if I can do the show this week. I'm gonna be sounding crazy, fam. But I'm back. I'm better, and I feel good, man. And I'm just blessed to be here to have a conversation with my dog, man.
That's what's up, brother. That's what's up. I'm glad you back too, man. I'm glad you back, man. So it's been a lot going on, man. I seen you been dropping on the channel. You seen I've been dropping on topics. This Kendrick
Yeah,
Lamar topic has been huge.
most
What
most
you
definitely.
think about the response he's getting from the public, you know, as
You
far
know,
as his show?
I expected it to be controversial, but I didn't expect people to be looking so deep into it. Like, I don't even think I don't all of these things that people are creating and
Yeah,
saying about his performance, I don't even think he know about all those metaphors and all of that stuff that you know what I'm saying that people are
right.
seeing and are aware of. It's just uh to me, I really thought it was a good performance. I thought it was more anticipated than it should have been though, because he's a rapper. Me creating hip hop and stuff my whole life, fam. To think about it, hip hop is a new art form. It's not R&B music. It's not pop music. The artists ain't singing and dancing and at the same time. And that's a multitude of
Right.
entertainment when you got a person dancing and stuff. Kendra was giving him a two-step or whatever though, but um I just think that he put on a good show. It was a good show, fam. And looking at the people's response from it, it's intriguing to see people's perspectives, especially from different cultures.
Right, right. So I did a show with one of my partners, and he was saying how he didn't pick up the messages, but we see on YouTube a lot of people are saying, "Hey, I picked up that message. I get what he's saying." And a lot
Hmm.
of people is taking flack for them seeing something and getting a connection from what they see from the artwork that somebody puts out and they
Hmm.
delivering that message. So I can understand where you're coming from, but I can understand that people who are just trying to they understand something and they just trying to give people their perspective on how they see it
Hmm.
and what it meant to them. Just like if you read a book, fam, and I read a book, I may connect with something that's you may not even catch. I may say, fam, man, this book it
Yeah.
changed me, but you may have on chapter two. It may have touched you. You know what I mean? And I may hear your vision and be like, oh man, I ain't look at it like that. So I think it's good that we got people that have perspectives and giving us their vision on how they took the message, in my opinion.
I learned that when I started doing podcasting, fam, I learned uh from Star. I know I talk about him probably too much about an objective
Right.
perspective. And I think that is such value in being able to hear both sides and not be
Mm-hmm.
connected with it with feelings. Not you may not understand it, but um you're receptive to information. Just being receptive and not closed off to other people's perspectives can take you far in life and can give you a different view of the way people see things. And I understand people got a lot of connection from the Kendrick Lamar performance, but when I looked at it, what I seen was that he had Samuel L. Jackson on there. What did you think the meaning behind that was, fam? Like Samuel L. Jackson playing as Uncle Sam, because I didn't understand that. Not
Well, now, I mean, once I dug deep into it and I understand the history behind Uncle Sam,
yeah,
uh, getting people to go to the army and doing all things. It was just a person, a character that was pro getting people on to the American dream. You know what I mean? And fighting
mm,
and supporting America. I mean, that's how I took it. But I don't think it was when I first seen it, I'm like, oh, I don't like the Uncle Sam guy. I guess because we did shows on Sambo and people that, try to play both sides. They
yeah,
try to
yeah.
play white supremacy side and they try to play, the hood side. So my point is, all I'm trying to say is I was like you. Once I seen Uncle Sam, I was weird, but now I understand Kendrick is just trying to paint a picture for us to get a message, and we gotta pretty much understand it. And I think if you from a historic community where Kendrick from, I think you gonna understand it a little bit more than people that's not from a certain kind of community. They
Yeah,
have a culture. You get what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah,
So I don't expect everybody to get it. If you don't come from that cloth, I don't expect you to understand any codes, anything that he talk about. You know what I mean? So it's probably not good for people to speak on it if you don't come from that
aware
background. You get what I'm saying?
that
Yeah.
awareness. Me, when I looked at it, I was just thinking it was a message about taxes. I was thinking, what is he trying to
Mm.
convey about the tax structure in the United States? And then by everybody being upper echelon folks as Uncle Sam is my guess. Jackson represented upper echelon black folks as Uncle Sam is my guess. That's interesting. But like
Yeah.
you know, when I seen that everybody was black at the Super Bowl performance, and I
You
seen
upset about that?
no, 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 no,
No?
no, no, no.
Oh,
Man,
okay.
I love that. That was
Right.
beautiful. That was, but I seen people upset about that. But I see that the red, white, and the blue, the Crips and the
Mm-hmm.
Bloods. You know, we've been talking about FBA a lot on the channels. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
we've been talking about America and a lot, and I feel we coming into a time to a point to where we need to. I ain't saying we need to do anything. I got to watch my words. I got to start being careful with my words on podcasts. We have to
Me too.
embrace being
Mm-hmm.
American. Like, I wonder how many people that watch our shows really embrace being American, love being in America, love the country, would fight for the country, even though we disagree with the way a lot of things has transpired in
Right.
the country. But how many people actually love the country that they live in? Hmm.
That's I mean, I think we do love the country that we live in. I think not everybody, but I can see some people being a little bit depending on what it does for you. I mean, if you in a good position, I feel like if you doing what you want to do, you doing, I think you will have a more positive
Hmm.
perspective of being in America. But if you can't and you working and you doing things that you don't want to do, I think
Yeah.
you're gonna have a negative notation just with anywhere, in the
Hmm.
world. That's my
Mm.
opinion though.
Hey, pin my comment to the top if you can on your YouTube channel or Water. So if people want to call in and participate to the show, they can go ahead and call me.
Got you.
Pin it to the
Got you.
top
Got you.
if
Let
you
me
don't
put
mind.
that in there.
Yeah, so we can get some
Pin the
participants
comment.
on the call in. But what'd you say again? You said if people want to, they
If people
disgruntled.
wanna
Why are they disgruntled about being in the country?
I think because they can't really, I ain't gonna say they can't. I'm saying they haven't found out how to do what they want to do and just be able to do that. And some people feel like they're forced to do things that they don't want to do, and they have a bad, they got negativity towards America because but if you ask people who are doing their thing and doing what they want to do and pushing for their goals and dreams, they just trying to inspire people and they trying to do their thing, you know?
I agree with that. Like to me, as a man who have traveled though, I
Right.
look at the bad things in this country, to be honest with you, as not as bad as, you know what I'm saying, as it would be if I was elsewhere, fam. Just to me, because I done been multiple places, and the things that Americans complain about nowadays is like sort of foolish, fam. I
Yeah.
don't know why I'm saying like it's sort of foolish because you got access to everything that people are denied access to in other places. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm at a stage in my life. I'm 45 though. Yeah, folks can call in. Who is that? John Funches. Call folks. Yeah, yeah. Call into the show. You see the number. It's pinned to the top of the live chat. The phone number pinned to the top of the live chat. But I'm at an age, fam, where I appreciate. You know what I'm saying? Being over here or whatever. I appreciate the
Right.
struggle. I appreciate the history, even though it's bad or whatever. Some of it is bad, some of it is good. It's just that when I
Mm-hmm.
look at America in totality, my uncles died and fought in wars for us, fam. And
Mm-hmm.
looking at that halftime show, it was sort of an appreciation for just who we are as Americans,
Mm.
Black Americans in totality. It was sort of like patriotic
Yeah. For black people, you saying. Or you saying in general.
in totality, but it was
Got
celebrating
you.
it's Black History Month. We're in New Orleans. It was
Mm-hmm.
patriotic, but it was still in totality, America in totality. But this is us. This is how we coming and representing in hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
That's just how I viewed it. I may be wrong. Some people may disagree, but it's just when I seen it, I was like, "That's what's up, man." I enjoyed it.
Fam, I enjoyed it too, and me being from Florida, we know, Doshi won the
Hmm.
not the Super Bowl, but she won the Grammy. But
Yeah,
in Florida, what I noticed, because I stayed in South Florida, I stayed in Central Florida, and I stayed in North Florida, right?
yeah.
And when I look at Florida, I stayed in New York too, but I'm just gonna go over Florida where I'm from. And when you look at the north of Florida, you will
Hmm.
hear a lot about more black on black. You will hear a lot more where it'll be a lot more killings and deaths of blacks, And that's the difference. What from me being in my state and seeing how different it is when we have other cultures, like where I'm from in Fort Lauderdale, we got different cultures. So we get to see the unity and see everything. So it's a lot different. Central
Hmm.
Florida is a lot different, but North Florida is kind of where it's like it's strictly black and white for
Yeah,
the
yeah,
most part.
yeah.
But you get most hate from black people that I've seen in any place that I've ever was at. You know what I mean? It's more black on black hate than anything. And that's what got me, more appreciate what Kendrick is doing from the music. Because if you hear these guys that rapping that's popping in Jacksonville, it's just completely different. They don't want to put that soul in their music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like Kendrick do. So this is why I really respect Kendrick. You know what I mean? In a major way.
We got a
So yeah,
caller. I ain't answered the phone
yes,
yet. I'm
sir.
about to call you back, John. I
Oh,
seen where it went. It went to voicemail because I was trying to let Rob get his perspective out. I
finish
like I like people finishing a thought process. I don't want to break the conversation, and we're
cut
gonna
it.
do the same when you call in. But I want to address something that Rob said that caught my attention because what he spoke about in Northern Florida is similar to how I was raised in Tennessee. It's nothing but black and white people in Tennessee, fam. And
Mm-hmm.
the programming is so strong on the black race that I don't even want to say what I'm about to say.
Yeah.
I,
We gotta say it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
it's instead of us unifying and uplifting each other, we competing and killing and not wanting to see each other evolve. and then you go amongst, I don't even want to say that, people that's not like you, and they lift you up, they give you opportunities,
Yeah.
try to help you out, and they might be doing it out of a way that you don't appreciate because they're trying to look at you as something lower than, but they doing the opposite of what your people doing, and the programming is so strong in those areas that it's crazy to me, fam. Let me call the caller back, make sure he tapped in. Can you hear that, Water?
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
You calling in the Water God TV and Trevor Jackson TV? What's popping, fam?
What's going
That's
down?
John.
Yep. What's up?
What's up, John?
How you doing?
We good. We good.
Good,
What
good, man.
part of the conversation
What you
did you
want
want
to
to jump
top in?
Oh yeah. So I wanted to build on when you were talking about earlier in the conversation
in? Mm-hmm.
about how it is in this country compared to other countries. I don't know if you brothers ever been out of the country or not. Have you?
Most
Yeah, I've
definitely.
been to Mexico and
Yeah.
a few islands, but not nothing big, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So, like for example, I went to college in Germany, in Berlin, Germany,
Yes, sir.
and it's totally different. There's this myth that everybody talks about how we have all these freedoms and everything like that, and no other country has that. That's not necessarily true.
Okay.
Some freedoms that they have in like in Germany and stuff like that, they got free health care. They let you keep your language. Here in the United States, we got an unwritten law of you've got to speak English. If you go down to like Berlin, Germany, like in the checkpoint Charlie sector, there is like practically American stuff all over. In any place you go in there, right, you will see at least one person, from my experience, know about 3 different languages.
Mm-hmm.
They've got African Germans. They've got, of course, white Germans. They've got Indian Germans. So when North America talks about diversity, they're not really truly diverse because they only want to accept the European perspective of different races.
Mm-hmm. Now, let me ask you something though. Even though they let you keep your culture, your language, what did you say specific? Because I forgot. You said they let you keep something. It caught my attention.
Yeah, I said the language, like your language, your culture, the way you are, like
Where
you
you
might be a
present yourself.
Baptist, or you might be whatever.
Mhm.
Your ethnic rituals that you have.
Ethnicity.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, your
Right.
ethnicity.
Oh,
Where go ahead.
my
It's
question, I apologize, is that in America you have a choice to learn multiple cultures, and I want to learn. I'm trying to learn from you. How do America, the
influence.
country, take your culture away from you? Like you don't have to adopt to another culture. You still can be who you are. I'm assuming, but I want to be educated.
I
So
mean,
no,
let me
so
interject.
okay, go
Go
ahead.
ahead. Okay. I was gonna say that when you can do whatever you want to do and dress how you want to dress, but you do gotta fit into the status quo if you want to be in America and do certain things. And we see what foreigners do that when they come here. You can dress however you want to dress, but for you to interact with Americans and think you're gonna do business, I think it's a it's an unwritten code that I think that you need to more look like you more American, in my opinion. But what you think about that, John?
You answered it almost exactly how I would answer. Of course, you can physically do whatever you want,
Right.
but statistics don't lie. You know what I'm saying? When you enter high corporate jobs and everything like that, there's a code that goes with that.
Yeah.
We've been fighting cases in federal cases and everything just to have our hair, just to have our look and everything like that. it's rejected by most corporations and the entertainment industry. So that's why I would counter with that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I
So
agree.
they allow you to be yourself in Germany, and in
Yeah.
the corporate structure, how, like, I don't know how, I don't know nothing about the corporate structure over there, but I would think that they would have some sort of structure also. We can't just go over there. I would assume that we can't go over there without business attire, without having our, we can't go over there with J's on.
Yeah, he say
I don't know why not.
business attire.
Like when I went down there and was
Right.
walking the streets in Berlin, man, they had Africans, dressed like us,
Yeah,
and I was
Mm-hmm.
tripping. I was like, whoa, knowing 3 languages,
Mm-hmm.
knowing English, knowing Deutsche or Germany and Italian, and that was considered, not really knowing that many languages.
Yeah.
There was people walking up
Right.
to me, asking me questions, and I said, I only speak, English, and
Yeah.
the white lady, instantly changed
Mm-hmm.
to straight English. And I was like, whoa, like it's normal, but how many brothers and sisters or even white people that especially down south, know multiple languages?
Not that many.
Not
I
many.
don't know many at all, really, to be honest with you.
And see, that's the part. Language is a big part of your heritage.
Yeah. Big part. That's one of the biggest. If you're not speaking the the native tongue of your ancestors, it's kind of disrespectful, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But America obtained all of its power from removing history.
Yeah.
That's what
Right.
that's what the country is actually good at, bullying people and removing history. That's all that they do. But I ain't trying to say I'm not against nothing you saying. I'm learning from you, and I appreciate the conversation. But I feel like I love my country, man. I love America, man. I done
No,
been
I
through.
get it. I get it. I'm not saying not to love your country, but just know the past events of the country and the reason why you have, like you were talking earlier about why in our culture, Black culture, that we try to tear each other down. Well, you have to look at it in context, in perspective of the past, to where if you've been stripped of all of your past and everything, you don't believe that you're a builder. You don't believe that you're a uniter.
Facts.
America thinks that you're an animal, that you're a beast. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And they never got rid of that. It's always been a perpetual cycle of white supremacy.
Salute, Beezy. Yeah, I agree with you. But I get where you're going to. You can love your country, and love the.
They still. So, do y'all think that they still view us as beasts?
Yes.
And this is why I think it's just a certain grade, right? Because if we see, hear me out. It's a difference from somebody that's in a poor community than you got from someone who's in a Divine Nine group, or you know what I mean? It's a big difference. We seeing them carrying themselves two totally different. Like somebody has the cheat code and somebody don't. So why won't we share the code or share so we all look unified with how we operate in our household, family, traditions, and everything? Why is it some Black people that feel like they're in certain groups and organizations and they higher than the people down here, but we don't give the game? You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Most definitely.
Yep. That's because of the lack of resources. There's only a certain amount of resources that are allocated to Black America. That's, I think, the argument that Tariq Nasheed, or you guys were talking about FBA earlier. That's his argument, is that we got a limited resources. And because you have limited resources, you're going to fight over them. I don't care if it's about drugs or if it's about business, about hairstyling or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
Once you got your niche, you're going to fight over it, especially if there's lack. Even with white people, they're not an exception to the rule on that. You see right now that the Ukrainians are fighting with the Russians.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That's the biggest race on race crime going on right now, but they don't report it that way because white supremacy controls the narrative of, oh, we can do this, but it's different when blacks do it.
Can I ask you a
question?
question?
That's how it is.
I'm sorry for cutting you off. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
You know, even in our country right now, whites ain't unified right now. It's like,
right.
To me, it's becoming a class war because everybody ain't on the same accord. It's if you up here, you down here. It ain't no such like. It's a class war. Either you in this bracket with these people, or you in that bracket with these people. I don't agree to it, but it seems to me as if it's more of a class war than a race war nowadays. To me, I could be wrong. I'm just trying to learn. I like chopping it up with y'all, learning from everybody and having a different perspective on things, though. But what do y'all think about the classism in the country right now?
Go ahead, and we'll answer this because we got blame it on Des is she want to call in, so let's go ahead, John.
Oh, okay. I would say that it's mostly a race war, though, and here's the reason why. It's because in class. Okay, I'm going to test. Can I ask you guys a question? This is a test to prove my point. Or if it's a class war. Okay, so both you guys. Mm-hmm. What are the main three things that you identify as?
I identify as black. I identify as an independent voter. And I identify as an activist.
Okay.
Me, I really don't like to have attachments to myself. Just to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a person that like attachments. That's just
okay.
Me.
So you don't identify with anything then.
You know, a lot of people. I view it this way. I ain't gonna cap to y'all right now. A lot of people will start to put attachments of where they work at. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm a real estate broker. I'm a husband.
Okay.
I'm a father. I'm this. I'm that. Right. As a person, me, to be honest with you, I really don't like attachments. But if I had to say what I really am, I'm a black man. I'm a son. I'm a father. I'm a hustler. Okay. I'm a go. I'm this. But in the real, outside of this, and you wouldn't ask me that question, I don't identify as nothing. I'm me. And I can choose whatever I want to.
Independent. Okay. Go ahead. Okay.
I'm going to default your answer to, the black and the father and a brother and all that kind of stuff. Now, notice what is missing to what both of y'all said. What's missing?
The spiritual.
In this conversation. Nope.
What? Class. What's missing?
Class. That's right.
Yeah.
Notice how both of y'all didn't say class.
That's facts.
That's why it's about race, because most people don't identify with class at all.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I agree with you.
You identify with race. You identify with your family. You identify spiritually. Mm-hmm. All those words will come up. And that's why I say that it's race over class, because nobody identifies with class. You ain't going to see a rich person say, or even a poor person say, I'm high class. I'm from the middle class.
Right. Yeah. I get you.
That's what happened.
Yeah. I'm with you on that.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I was trying to think of something to make it an argument.
Be objective, but you can't. Yeah.
That's what I'm good at.
He got
trying
that.
To make it an argument.
Being objective. Yeah, he like Cap. Yeah.
But can they use that against us though, as people? Us not knowing about class, and they use it against us as people because they're aware of it. The people that's in the higher power structures and all of that, they're aware of the classism.
Yeah.
But the people might not identify with it, but we putting y'all in these areas where we want y'all to go by the decisions that we making with these laws we create.
Definitely.
Yeah.
That's right. Brother, I agree with you. I agree that, and I also agree that classism is a factor. But the problem is you're not going to reach everybody with classism because almost nobody identifies with it.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You have to reach the masses by identifying culturally or have some sort of kinship with them.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what this whole thing's about. It's like when in the 1619, when there was the first slaves and everything, you know, they had white slaves as well. And they had a riot, you know, in the tobacco plantations and everything like that. And both the whites, the Europeans and Africans stood together. But their riot got discovered. And once it got discovered, the upper echelon of whites made a deal with the Europeans, with the poor Europeans. And that's how whiteness was born. That's why it's about race, even till this day with the current administration.
Okay.
And that's how come we make so many mistakes.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Thank you,
John. I appreciate you, man, for calling in, man. We're gonna get another caller in. Definitely, we appreciate your support. You always coming through.
For sure. Go.
Salute.
All right, brother.
I had to give a brother some hand claps, fam.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool, man. This
the
is
sister
this
who
already.
said she was gonna call in. Go ahead and call in. You said you had something you wanted to say.
Are you calling in from 614? If so, I'm about to hit you right now because somebody called in from 614. I'm gonna hit her right back.
Okay. But yeah, shout out to bro. Shout out to John. And they hung up on him.
They hung up on us, fam. I'm gonna call her back. I'm gonna try again. I hope they was just excited. You called in to WatergodTV and Trevor.
Please leave your message for.
Damn. Well, I don't know how you gonna get through now, shouty.
Right.
Well,
listen. Let me play this clip real quick, so we can you know.
They called
she called in.
My fault.
Okay.
Fam. You tapped into WatergodTV and Trevor Jackson TV. What's popping?
Yes, I did. My bad, y'all. I'm trying to pause the TV, trying to get it together and stuff.
Oh, that's what's up.
I didn't double click the answer button and shit. Stop. Sorry, stuff.
That's what's up.
We appreciate you.
Salute.
How your night
going?
Good.
How you doing?
It's going pretty good. I done got me a little nap in and went in here trying to figure out, searching here, trying to figure out who's talking about some other stuff that is outside the bubble.
Right. Okay. So I'm glad you tapped in. That's what's up. This your first time?
No, this is my first time calling in, but I've been watching your channel for a little bit though. You make short videos though. Like that's the only thing, you gotta make longer videos.
You want me to make longer?
Yeah, you gotta talk because I'm listening to what you're saying, and then it'd be like, dang, like I want you to go more because I can tell like you got more that you want to say that is valuable. And I think that you should say, I think that you should talk more. I think you should put your opinion in more.
More, okay. I've been getting a lot of that, so I'm gonna start that. I appreciate that. I appreciate you for that.
You're welcome. I think you should I think you should.
That's
so I'm from Ohio. I'm 25 years old. My name is Destiny. So
all right, Destiny.
The first thing, sorry, what you say?
No, go ahead. We were seeing what you was. Go ahead. Explain your
I didn't want to take up too much of your time, but I have a few notes here that I wanted to go ahead and, put out there. It was something about what's the thing to object to the classes, how we have classes, and how it's a class game. And what I wrote in my notes, and I said it's not a class war, it's a morals war. It's not about what class you're in. It's about your morals and where your moral compass lies. And the reason why we think it's a class war or a race war is because we're used to seeing Black people were forced to use our moral compass. Like, you know what we've been through, even like modestly speaking, we don't talk about just like, and I would say this before I go in, because I don't want to feel like I'm just objecting to the elder man, to one of my elders that was speaking before me. In my mind, at one point in time, I would have agreed to everything that he said. Everything. Another note that I wrote, that to think of it as a class war is to be in like the third dimension, but Black people are moving into the fourth dimension. It's beyond that.
Yeah.
That right now don't matter, because that's inevitably gonna fail. That's gonna fail already. We don't got to worry about that.
Yeah.
It's already failing. Right. They're battling each other. You can see it in themselves. Even he said, like, what's going on? Like white people are divided. Yes, they are, as they should be, because they should be divided. They spirit. That's what they should be doing. They got some people that agree with what's going on and how America should go forth, and some people that shouldn't, just like we do. So to go back to Black people, we've always had to, just like Kendrick Lamar said, be humble, sit down. We always had to do that.
She killing it.
We went through everything that we battled that demon. We battled that demon for how many years we've been out of slavery. To think about being out of slavery, we didn't battle that demon.
Man.
Right.
We battled it. Ain't no other people. There's slavery out there. Yes, there's things that happen out there. But to be in the same vicinity as the people, like the people that are being colonized in Africa, not for nothing, y'all are not side to side, hand to hand with your conqueror.
Yeah.
Y'all not side to side with them. They're not watching your every move. They're not your authority in your life.
Yeah.
They don't have that type of intimacy with you. So that mind effery, they don't have that with you.
Can I ask you a question, please?
Yeah.
Being 25 years old, I like what your understanding of what you're talking about.
We need you.
What made you get interested in this? What sparked your interest of how you learned these things, and what made you want to dive deep into this type of information at the age you are?
So growing up, I grew up in the hood, single parent household.
Yeah.
I grew up in a church though.
Okay.
And I loved church from young. I can remember people coming up to my mom telling me, like, she can remember the words, she can do that. I think ultimately there was already a spark in me. From like, some people got it, some people don't. I think there was already a spark in me. And I have siblings, and my mom was born in 1966, so I have my mom's not a young mom. So my mom, all of what she been through, I know, and she raised me the best way she could. And at the age of 16, she apologized for forcing me to be Christian.
Okay.
That right there, that situation was strange. It was very strange. And I already had my own hardships, like, that was building me up. Like, I had my father up until I was 6. I can still remember him, but I didn't see him after that. And then I have a brother, I've seen him. Like, I had different things that I had different situations that I feel like God put me through to prepare my mind for different mind effery. Like, literally. I think that was like what was preparing me. Like, if I would have went through just like the silver spoon type of life, everything okay, I wouldn't have seen none of this stuff. Like,
right. I got a question for you, Destiny.
Yeah.
That's great. I'm so glad you said that silver spoon. I got a question for you. is it better to be raised as a black person in America in a rich family, or is it better to be raised being poor, knowing how to get it, and understanding which way is best for a black person in your opinion?
So, okay, I have a great answer. I feel like, because I feel like this is something that I think about a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And a black person in America, I said there's two types of Americas. The America that the Matrix built, the fixed version, and the version that America is supposed to be. How we're supposed to be trying to make it to go to. And that's why, but in just a little bit outside of this, just to go on a little tangent, because I had another note that will fit good right here.
Mm-hmm.
We ain't never been nothing to run away. We ain't never ran to another country. We ain't never ran. We ain't ran outside these states as Black Americans.
Yeah.
Out of everything that we've been through, we ain't ran outside these states. We don't even go to Hawaii or Alaska. We don't run outside these 48 contiguous states, literally. So it's the reason why everybody's running here by the millions,
Facts.
while our ancestors' blood is in the soil.
Facts.
Huh.
Facts.
So
that's facts.
To go back.
So silver spoon or no silver spoon, right?
To go back to the silver spoon. To go back to the silver spoon to say that, I think it's always best to grow up not with too much. Too much of anything that's addiction. That like too much of anything that's not good for you. It's always best to grow up with little to nothing, because this little to nothing is comparison to what God gave you to work with. And as creator beings, as Black people are, when we got nothing, that's when we create the greatest things. When we got nothing, that's when we figure out the best the hardest problems. When we have nothing, that's when we find ourselves.
Yeah. Not to take it back to the last caller or whatever who called into the show, but that's why I was telling him I don't like defining myself with nothing.
Yeah,
because I really don't like attachments.
No, when my feelings is hurt, I gotta go to myself and say, I am destiny. I am not hurt.
Yeah.
I like that.
But I am destiny. I am not hurt. Let me quit saying I am these things.
Yeah. Yeah, quit
mess around and say something that really damages me for the next 2 months, and I gotta pull myself out of it. Like,
yeah. Now, when you first called in, I wrote down what you were saying because it sparked my interest. You talked about as Black people, we have been. It ain't about classism; it's about morals.
Yeah,
that really caught my attention, and we have been trained to be humble. Now, when I think about the people who run America, the white power structure or whatever, I think they've obtained this power by fear. Like just fear, violence and fear.
So yes, like just to go back, I have another note to go off of that. When he was talking about like the white people that was in these wars, I mean like in these they were enslaved and they were like fighting for freedom, and I don't know what it was, because I'm Black. I'm Black. I don't I'm Black. I'm a woman, so I don't know much about men stuff. I know about women stuff, and I know about Black stuff.
Yeah,
that's what I know. That's what I can give advice on. That's what I
Straight
can give my
up.
and straight up. I know about God. I know about God.
Right.
I know about dance. That's all I know. I'm not a man. I'm not a white woman. I don't particularly care about white America. I don't particularly care about it. And that's why we need to stop caring about other people's stuff. Because ain't nobody caring about us.
Yeah.
And even like as above, so below. That's the same thing that we like Black people. We think about stuff like that. Like, I need to stop caring about these people because who will care about me? Don't know other races really care about shit like that.
Right. I'm with you. They don't be caring about another race. Yeah.
Like the Gullah Wars. The Gullah Wars. We freed ourselves.
Yeah.
We freed ourselves. That's what they're scared of. That's why they keep putting us underneath these spells. These different things. And that's why so many people, even Black people, are mad that Kendrick Lamar went up there and was unapologetically Black. Where they do that at?
That's what I'm saying. Yes, our people out of anybody. Yeah. Our people out of everybody, we've received the most hate from our own. I don't think it's another race.
And that's why it's not a race game.
Most hate from its own. Yeah.
This ain't no race game.
Right.
These are real life demons. These ain't no race games going on.
Right.
People look just like us, smile in our face, look just like us. What did that movie Us do? Like that movie Us? They look just like us, smile in our face.
Right.
And they're completely whacked out in the brain.
That's what I'm saying. What would you like most, right? Fake love or real hate? Which one do you respect more? Both of y'all. I'm gonna ask both.
Real hate. Real hate. Real hate.
Now I prefer real
fake love make me wanna crash out on everybody. I don't know what from fake love make you think the world is turned upside down.
Yeah, I prefer real hate, but I expect fake love. You know, I'm kind of older than both of y'all now. I'm 45.
Yeah,
I don't see so much fake love that's regular shit.
And
right.
it's like,
why?
It's like,
go ahead.
The fake love, and it's regular. I'm only 25. It's real for me. Not for nothing.
Right.
Y'all don't know me, but what Kendrick said, I cut my grandma off. I know. I ain't got as much time as my ancestors had to get my mind together. I know that. You can feel it. It's like that Spike Lee movie said it's gonna be hot. No, that it's gonna be hot this summer. Just like Do the Right Thing. It's gonna be some weird stuff going on.
That perspective that you just said is crazy. I need you to get a little deeper in that.
Grandma.
That was deep too, though. But what you said, I know, I can feel that I don't have the time. That's interesting to me. Her being young and being aware that she doesn't feel that she doesn't have the time. Why you feel like that?
You got my cheeks hot. You caught me in a moment where I was just like, why did I? I know I ain't got the time because the world moving faster. When I wake up, I can't tell if it's Thursday or Tuesday. When I see the movies that for instance, watching Do the Right Thing, right. I can feel how the scene felt in my life at that time when I was younger. I can feel what was going on in my life right now, like when I was younger. The nostalgia of things, even going back and remembering listening to Mary J. Blige, we don't have those type of things right now. There's nothing going on outside that is keeping that time loop going like it was going before. Think about it. What's the last movies or anything what's the last nostalgic thing that you can remember that really brings goosebumps to you? It had to be before 2010.
I know.
You know that's crazy that she say that, because a lot of music is soulless. A lot of movies that we watch and stuff now, they doesn't have the part of it is just action. It's not
not even that. Yeah, and not even that. It's disrespectful. I'm gonna play. Listen, I want y'all to see this real quick. Check this out.
Okay, she's dead too. She has very good hearing. You drive me crazy, Sarah Meadow. And it's not because I might be secretly in love with you. What? I said get out. Come on, Cesar. And no more then. Billy, where is Dog Man anyway? I don't know.
Okay, so all I want to say is this is a movie. It's from the Dog Man. I took my son to see the Dog Man movie, right? And what I'm saying is, in that movie, they portrayed a black man to being a police officer, and he's being disrespected by a woman and showing his dead mother, and she's just disrespecting him. I'm saying that in these movies, if you break down the codes, it's disrespectful to us. So if you a person, and this is just my opinion, if you sit up and you can sit up and watch this stuff to me, I look at you a different kind of way. Because it's like you don't see the disrespect to your people and you'll still go out and support this kind of stuff. That's just me though. I want to know what y'all think about that. Did you see the disrespect in there though, Trev and Destiny?
It's crazy that you said that, because I literally, right before you played the video, I was thinking in my head about how much like SE actual things are being played on our TVs, how much like blatant disrespect comedy is being played, just like different demonic things, like so many demonic themes, not even things, it's whole themes that are going on that were censored before, that were not like you couldn't do certain stuff. Like there's certain stuff that couldn't be even played, and there's certain stuff that America did not take. Like America would be like, what the hell is this going? What in the actual hell? Because y'all look like demons and stuff. Now it's like you got Sam Smith doing a concert with complete, like all these different artists. Just it's all in our face right now. It ain't nothing for us to figure out 10 years later. It's all in our face right now.
Yeah.
Not for nothing. We just had somebody in America. We just had somebody that Kamala, that girl, that woman.
Yeah. Right.
She wasn't even on the ballot. We don't know her from a can of paint. Like we don't know her from nowhere. We don't know her from nothing but being vice president and cackling back in the day on BET. We don't know that. We don't know her from nowhere. And that is somebody that is not a true American. Actually, she came through with the little 14th Amendment. She's not a true American. They don't have American values. They don't have no attachment to America. There's stuff that we're seeing being played out on the world stage right now. This is why I know the time is running out. And even, I'll tell you this, I ain't never really told too many people this but my mom. I have a recurring dream of a blue hourglass shaking slow. And then it shakes fast and faster and faster and faster. And so much faster so I just wake up because I'm like, what? Like, I'm just a little bit scared at this point. Because why is it doing it? I've had that recurring dream. That's a recurring dream that I've had, and I'm sticking with it. It ain't too much more time. Like, if I'm going to go right, I got to go right now. Because if I don't go right now, I'm going to be left forever. And that's what the rapture is. I don't think people are going to be swept up and disappearing. I think the rapture is happening right now. People's brains are being left behind. Like they cannot function. Like they cannot go past their train of thought. Literally, their train of thought. What they've been trained to think. They can't go past it. They can't break through that veil. Like Hillary Clinton saying she was trying to break through that glass veil. Some of our people are not going to be able to break through that veil.
That's true.
Yeah.
And they're going to want us to come back to them. They want us to come back. That's why I say I have respect and everything for the last caller because he is one of my elders. But they're going to want us to come back.
Man,
definitely. Destiny, we appreciate you. For real. We appreciate you. You got to keep tapping in. You stay tapped in with us. We're going live tomorrow at 9:30, so we're going to talk about some more stuff for the people. So definitely stay tuned in with us. We appreciate you being open and letting us know everything.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you for your
Salute to
perspective.
you. Love.
All love.
Love.
All love. Man, salute to the young lady.
Salute to everybody, man. As you know, tapping in with us. We appreciate y'all giving us y'all perspective, man. The lines
Man.
is open.
Yeah, most definitely. We had a multiple callers though, but let's have a conversation before we call the caller
Go
back in.
ahead.
And it seemed like Ohio is tapped all the way in because we done had a call from Columbus, Wood, Ohio, North
Shout out to Ohio.
Lewisburg. Salute to Ohio. Salute to Seattle, Washington also, man. We're going to call y'all right back, though. But she was kicking some game on there, man. I appreciate the young folks educating us, and I really appreciate the older individuals, too, because, you know, what she was talking about when she was talking about we are programmed to be humbled and it ain't a class war. It's about morals. People are acting out of character. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
I feel like this country was obtained by fear, by violence, fam. And I hate to say it like that, but it's true though. We see who in
Yeah.
power and we see how they obtain their power. And all this, this friendly, uniting type stuff is starting to seem like I want to unite. I want to be friendly with people and stuff though, but I see how majority of the black leaders got disgruntled. When I listen to Dr. Claude Anderson, he sounds aggressive. When I listen to older tapes of the people that passed away, the Malcolm X's and the Martin Luther King, they got to a point where they was aggressive.
Yeah.
Because
And I know why. Yeah, we know why, because to fight like this guy said about the Divine Nine. See, we don't understand what these organizations is doing in black people. I just watched a guy YouTube channel, shout out to Introvert. He talked about how in Philadelphia in 1985, it was black people who bombed black people who sent the order out to bomb black people. So we get black people to get in these positions and the government and all of this, and they don't act like they're for us. This is a big problem. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if we don't understand who's for us, my partner asked me the other day, he was like, who is we when you talk about we? When I say we, fam, I be talking about like people who got my views, like in my community. I'm from a historic black community that's been, that got history. They got its name from the Harlem Renaissance. So when I speak to people that's from the community that I'm from, we kind of got the same mind frame as somebody like Kendrick, how they're speaking. I can tell when someone comes from that cloth of community that I come from, their views, how they speak, you know what I'm saying? What kind of morals they stand on. So when I say we, that's who I'm talking about when I say we. I'm talking about the ones that stand on the same code and understand the struggles it is to come from a community that was built for you. That's who I'll be talking about. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want to get people confused and trying to throw people that's not on the same frequency as I'm on.
You know
feel
what's
me, fam?
I understand you wholeheartedly. And what's crazy, like I grew up in a community that was similar to that at one point. And then when crack hit the community, because crack hit late in Tennessee, it hit probably, they said the crack era was the 80s or whatever, but it hit Tennessee around 92, 93. That's when it wasn't a black community no more. Everybody was out for self and killing each other. And when crack hit the community, it wasn't no we no more. It wasn't no fight for each other, no unity, no we're going to go down here and do this together. We're going to build this restaurant together. We're going to do all of this together. I'm losing my voice already. It's crazy.
Go ahead.
But it wasn't no unity. And I wonder how growing up in your community, how did did anything change, or was it still a unified community, fam?
Fam, it was unified, even though that crack came in. But I'm just saying my experiences, I can see like going back and looking back on it. Like I remember a specific incident where in my community where a black dude, he slapped a white dude because he didn't buy crack cocaine from him, and he went and bought it over there and he rolled. But me seeing that as a kid, when I went to school, I started to bully white boys. You know what I'm saying? At school.
Yeah.
And me looking back on it, I knew that from what I'm seeing in my community is shaping how I feel like I have to act.
Your mind is shaping
Yeah.
mind. Yeah. Damn. And
So
that's what you mean when you say we.
that's what I'm saying when I say we. Right. I don't want people to get misconfused and think I don't include everybody into, even if you black, I don't include you into where when I speak for us, I don't include everybody. You get what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
I get exactly what you're saying. I've experienced that, fam. Like, man, college, my neighborhood was called College Hills. It was right out. I'm talking about Knoxville College in Knoxville, Tennessee. It was a
Mm-hmm.
HBCU, Knoxville College. It's closed down. It burnt down. Y'all can do the history on it. It burnt down a couple of months ago. Somebody set it ablaze. But right down the street from it was College Hills. It was once dorms. It was once a
Mm-hmm.
thriving community. The only projects in the city that had central iron heat. The kids used to live there. You know what I'm saying? And it was a nice community. People was together. We had people selling food for the community. People, ladies selling plates. If the your neighbor could whoop your kids. Did you grow
Mm-hmm.
up in that type of community, fam?
Yeah.
Your neighbor
Yeah.
could whoop your kids. Soon as that crack hit, we hated each other. Let's read a few comments, fam.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Tania said, we got crack in Oakland in late 80s. I was born in 89. My parents messed with it for a minute, then they kicked it. Miss Musical Psychic, we haven't healed from the 80s and 90s at all. Then you add in Reaganomics. Sheesh. Charles
Mm-hmm.
Williams. Right. That was the divide in my hood. Mm. William Johnson. HBCU Divine Nine Satan's people jumped Greek and find out cause you special. You in the know. T Beezy was popping. Crazy crack was being done by whites first. They seen what it did to their families, then put it in the black neighborhood to take us down, whether dead or in prison. One more comment. The Great Lakes, two teary eyes cried a trial of tears called the Mississippi and Nile. I don't understand that. I gotta read that again. The Great Lakes, two teary eyes cried a trial of tears called the Mississippi and Nile. Call in, man.
Mm.
I need some education on that, big dog. Call into the show.
Yep, I think the Mississippi, what he's referring to is the Mississippi is the Nile, but I mean, from my understanding, because when they describe what the Nile is, it got different rivers connected to it, and it's the longest river on the planet. And the Mississippi, the one that runs from Mississippi all the way to Louisiana, I mean, it's longer than the one in Egypt, but that's for another. That's for another. That's
Boy,
for another.
y'all
Yeah,
going too deep with that. Y'all getting biblical, fam. You
yeah, man.
want to
That's
play
for
the clip
another.
before we call the caller back?
Yeah, man. Let's play the clip. Let's play the clip.
Mm,
What we gonna do? I'm gonna do the Jay-Z.
yeah.
Let's do it.
Okay, so today is a victory. The frivolous, fictitious, and appalling allegations have been dismissed. This civil suit was without merit and never going anywhere. The fictional tale they created was laughable. Hold up. I gotta move the comments out. I'm not
Okay.
for the seriousness of the claims. I would not wish this experience on anyone. The trauma that my wife, my children, loved ones, and I have endured can never be dismissed. This 1-800 lawyer gets to file a suit hiding behind Jane Doe. And when they quickly realize that the money grab is going to fail, they get to walk away with no repercussions. The system has failed. The court must protect victims, of course, in all caps. While with the same ethical responsibility, the courts must protect the innocent from being accused without a shred of evidence. May the truth prevail for all victims and those falsely accused equally. Damn. JC, boy, he was talking that talk, wasn't he now, fam?
What he oh, what say he did his bootleg ritual. Hold on. Yeah, he talking.
Who did his who did that
His
bootleg?
bootleg. Let me see
Hey,
what homie say. Homie say, he say he did his bootleg ritual. William Johnson, shout out to you, brother.
he did a boot.
Uh, yeah, man. But Yeah, the women going in on him now.
Women going in. We might need the women to call in on that for real. Let me call the caller.
You mess with Elite. Yeah,
somebody
call it back, man.
Somebody calling in from Indiana, man.
Oh, we appreciate the Midwest, man.
Midwest tapped into the show today, ain't they?
They heavy today. Jay-Z uncover payoff.
Now, got to answer the phone now if you're still watching the show. South Bend.
Possibly a payoff. I'm with you, Tanner Marie. Tennille. He said that's Milwaukee,
Please leave your
Wisconsin.
message for.
I'm gonna call.
So Tennille, you think she got paid off?
937. I'm calling you back.
They probably threw her 100,000. You know she ain't had no. You know what I mean? Give her a little 100.
Milwaukee, Wisconsin. You tapped into WatergodTV and Trevor Jackson TV. What's popping?
What up with it?
What's good? What's good? Oh,
what's good, fam?
We can hear.
You may have to.
Yeah, please mute a few things and take us off the
We
speaker.
on TV. We on TV, fam.
Thank you, sir.
We made it.
Yeah, for sure. I got you off the speakerphone. Yes, sir.
Educators,
how y'all brothers doing, man?
Good, brother. We appreciate you. You.
Hey, my man. I ain't got nothing to say, man. But well, I'm gonna say start off with Jay-Z though, because y'all just showed that big hand. Man, his hands was
big
no. But anyway, empty ass hands. But anyway, look, you know what I'm saying? That Jay-Z shit, man. I don't know if he did what they say he did. I'm sure the way it's looking, he didn't do none of that shit.
Yeah.
So,
right.
You know what I'm saying? They need to leave that alone. You know what I mean? I mean, for real, just, you know, hey, man, innocent until proven guilty. You know what I'm saying? People out here, you know, trying to make that man guilty. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, come on, bro. You know what I'm saying? This, you know, just be easy on that shit. I believe the son is his, though. You know what I'm saying? I believe that situation. That's a different situation.
Yeah. Do you think? Right? Do you think he was at any of them Diddy parties?
Most definitely.
I mean, of course. Though. I mean, like this is the thing about that, right? You know what I'm saying? Like on the common sense side of the game, because I know he said he ain't friends, he ain't business associates or whatever. He said, you know, them people be coming up with smart ways to, you know, finagle it with the words, but for real. Yeah, he was there. You know what I'm saying? He probably was involved with some of that shit. You know what I'm saying? His wife too. You know what I'm saying? Shit. You know, all them people in Hollywood. When the list come out, it's stuff coming out by the 17th or some March. That's what I heard. Something supposed to be coming out.
Yeah, I heard that.
You know what I'm saying? That's you know,
it's crazy.
So, but my man. You know what I'm saying? Water God H2O. That's your name.
Yeah. What's up? Yep, Water God, man. You know. What's good?
My man over here with the beard, with the no beard. He said he from this land because he ain't got no facial hair. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he was saying that. You know he was saying that.
Hey man, I ain't talked to nobody about that. I've been talking to my cousin about that shit, man. But for real though, hey, but nah, hey man, hey. But what I wanted to say was, y'all, you was talking about America, America, you know,
loving America.
We are American. I'm an American, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck about none of that other shit. I'm an American. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know it go back to before, you know, it go back, but we Americans, man. We here. You know what I'm saying? I ain't go too far on my lineage on the Ancestry.com. I went back. You know what I'm saying? I think I might have found a slave that's my family. You know what I'm saying? But as far as the ADOS and the FBA situation, FBA, I dig both of the situations. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a split with that because the man came and snatched a situation and made it into FBA, which we are. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe none of the slave situation. I believe all my people's from here. You know what I'm saying? beard or not. You know, I'm just playing with you, bro. But you know what I'm saying, for real. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing. Like we here, man. This is America. This is our land. This is, you know what I'm saying? So, and everybody, that lady, man, the girl that you had on here talking, man, she was spitting for real. Man, I agree with everything she was saying.
Okay.
But she said, some people coming in to the country. You know what I'm saying? They come in here. You know what I'm saying? They come here. What you said, Water, about the nail and all that. Yeah, man, I'm in here and all that. Yeah, man, of course. You know what I'm saying? And that it's starting to make sense. Like, I'm 48, bro. You know what I'm saying? Right. So the shit's starting to make sense to me from all the shit that I done learned over the years, and, you know, heard and how everything is supposed to be. Like, now, all of a sudden, California was supposed to be an island. You know what I'm saying? But I always heard in my lifetime California was going to fall off the face of the earth when I was younger. You know what I'm saying? That's what I said. You know what I'm saying? Because Ohio, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, man. But I'm an American, though. That's what I got to say. Because I got Elon Musk on here. Y'all got Kendrick on here. First of all, Kendrick, man, his shit was off the chain, bro.
Oh, class. For real.
You know what I'm saying? Class. And it's for TV, and people don't even recognize about the Living Color situation. Like, and Living Color started that shit because they just came in. Because the NFL wasn't really doing the halftime show, was just a halftime show, but they wanted to keep the ratings. They didn't want to lose all them ratings.
That's why they went and got Mike.
At the time.
They went and got Mike to do the halftime show because In Living Color was killing them with the ratings. But next, hey, fam, I got to tell you something, though. I ain't trying to pick on you because you got on me about not having the beard and all of that, right? Now, next time you call in, we're going to have to get you a shit meter, fam, because you just said shit about 35 times now.
Fam, I got up. He from the South. You from the South, ain't it, man? Where you from in the South?
I'm from Dayton, Ohio, brother.
Y'all got that little South in y'all too.
Yeah, I'm just messing with you. I got to get you back now, but we got to get you a shit meter, fam. You done said shit about that. Real talk now. But we appreciate you.
We appreciate you calling in, fam.
Salute, big dog. Thank you for tapping into our show.
Man, your clapping thing kind of, I don't know if the battery low or something, but I be hearing about one clap and sound like old people trying to clap.
It's because we live. It's certain things. When you live, you don't get the full, you know what I mean?
Mine don't. I know.
You don't get the full. That's why pre-records is actually better, to be honest with you. But we want to tap in with the people. Let's get my boy Guy on the show, man. My brother calling into the show. What's popping, Guy?
What's popping, bro? What's going on, fellas?
Thank you.
What's good, Guy? Appreciate you, bro. Been a long time.
Just tapping in with y'all, man. Yeah, man. It's been a minute. I just got off my stream, man. I had to, I did some little reaction to this Drake situation. Yeah. That whole album that shit he put out yesterday.
Yeah,
I wanted to call in, man, because I wanted to, that the Kendrick performance. A lot of people
inform us, Guy. I need you. We know you from LA. I know you got the symbolism. Inform us.
West Side, right? We know we got West Side in the building.
A lot of people was talking about for sure. A lot of people was talking about the pick list, the song list, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He picked the songs. So out of 7 songs, he got paid for 5.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people don't understand. He's no longer with TDE, so therefore,
that's a fact.
A lot of that music he can't play no more. He can, but he's not going to make any money from it.
Yeah.
So
the money gonna go back to TDE because they have the ownership of that song. So after he performing at the Super Bowl and the streams go up, he can't make no money on the back end.
He can't make no money from it.
That's smart.
Mm-hmm. That's crazy.
And with the symbolism, it was so much symbolism in it that I had to go back and watch that joke about 6 different times.
Yeah.
So for me, a lot of people, I don't know if y'all paid attention, but y'all, when they took the long shot and everybody fell out, and the white people, the white shirts were still up.
Mm-hmm.
Even by the light post, a lot of people I don't think anybody caught this. A couple of people did, but them were the 16 homeboys he talked about in the song that he lost. If you pay attention, when they all come out, right? When they all hop out that GNX, you know everybody in the white shirts were separate. If you see them on the stairs, them were the homeboys that he talked about that he lost.
So them are his
angels or something.
Yeah. I don't think a lot of people caught that.
Nah, I didn't. It was a lot of symbolism. I didn't catch nothing, fam. I ain't even gonna count.
It was a lot, and I'm gonna say this about the performance. The performance was awesome. And I'm not saying that because I'm not just saying that because I'm West Coast. I'm saying that because Kendrick, if you pay attention and if you watched anything, even the performance he did in 2026, coming out in the shackles.
Yeah.
Right.
I got told about that because my cousin was on stage. He performed. So just his artistry in itself, you was not going to get your normal halftime show. He was going to put on a show and not switch up from who he is.
Yeah.
He's never switched up from who he is. So I don't know why anybody would have even thought that, we want to hear this, we want to hear that. No. Kendrick has always done that. And he's going to continue.
Yeah.
It was like a movie production to me.
That's and you bring in Samuel L. Jackson?
Yeah. One of the biggest of all time. That's Tennessee.
One of the biggest. Yeah.
We had a
that was a great show. That was a great show.
And even from the beginning with that, when you got him dressing up as Uncle Sam.
Right.
Educate us on that on the Uncle Sam, fam.
The Uncle Sam, if you know anything about America, I mean that's the first thing you see going into the military. Uncle Sam will point you in the right direction. America don't like us.
America
they don't like us, bro. Like they don't like us. That's his people.
Hold on. Educate me on that, guy. America don't like black people.
No.
Right.
I'm gonna say it is what it is.
Gotcha.
It's deeper than he said it. It's deeper than hip hop. It's deeper than the music.
Yep, it's deeper than the music. I got a question for you though, guy. I was just having a conversation about how the ideology of somebody that's from a historic black community is different from somebody who's black that just stays somewhere and it doesn't have any history to it. And my experience is like we have two different views. What is that? But they're black like you, but they don't feel the same as the people that's from these communities. Like, what is that in your opinion, guy?
I think it's lack of awareness. I think it's lack of awareness, right? Because you got ghettos and hoods in every city, right? It's just on the West Coast. I tell anybody that I just talked to my homeboy about it. The West Coast culture is different, right? You had gangs, you had the environment and poverty. I'm gonna tell y'all this. So during the Rodney King riots, when Rodney King got beat in the middle of the street, we rioted, right?
Right.
They burnt down a section where I grew up at. That section did not get fixed until 2020. Them buildings were still burnt. The riots happened in the 90s.
Now, with all the multimillionaires that's in LA, why is that though that they never rebuilt it? That's
because
crazy to me.
It is crazy, right? And you have to have somebody like Russell Westbrook come in, and what he did was, okay, I'm gonna come in and I'm going to give back to my community. So what he did was he built a couple of schools, right? He also made low income housing. and provided jobs for people in that same area. That buildings were burnt and still burnt to 2020. And me personally, I have not been home in 13 years. I mean, I go back here and there, but I have not been and seen, anything other than what I know and what I've read and what my family tells me. But I don't know why, but that goes back into the politics because LA is no different than anybody else. We're crooked. They're crooked. You get what I'm saying? Like you can put people in place, but they ain't gonna do what they're supposed to do.
You know what's crazy about that guy? You saying that like the young lady that called in earlier talking about morals and stuff. I feel like man, I could be wrong, man. But there's so many brothers and sisters there. Look at Dr. Dre. He a billionaire living in Cali. Diddy lived in Cali when he was up $1 billion. I can't ride through these communities if I'm up that much and not want to invest in the growth. I like things that's around me to grow and better themselves and flourish and grow. How can you be up that much and just let something sit for so long? Like, I see where Kendrick keep building the thing in Compton for the community or whatever. It's just that,
Gonzalez Park.
yeah, he rebuilding the whole park, putting a place to for people to flourish
A
where
complex of basketball, all that stuff.
where the parents can drop their kids off for a while and they can go handle business, work, and do whatever they need to so they can flourish. Like, how can Rodney King was in the early 90s, wasn't it? Or was it the late 80s?
Yep.
The early
No,
90s, and these buildings still be burnt in 2020. This shit just don't make no sense when you got all these people with that money right there, and it's like they ain't got no morals, that they don't want to fix up nothing. They don't want to
bro.
help the people to even look like them. That shit crazy, fam.
I can tell you this, right? I can tell you this. I can say, and I know what I've seen with my own two eyes, and I know what I've tapped into back home because I got cousins that are in it. So that does things in the community too. So I know TDE in that camp, they played a major part in what Compton has become to be now. As far as that area, I can't even tell you if they come back.
Yeah.
I can't even tell you if Dr. Dre's been back to Compton. I can't tell you. I know Snoop plays a big part. I tell you that Snoop takes care of the community. But that area in itself, I don't feel like I don't think they felt obligated, right? Because you have your governors, you have, people in place to walk the city and see the city and know what's going on and still not take care of what they need to take care of.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah. They disconnected from their roots or whatever. Like me, man, I done had some traumatic experiences in my hometown where people from my neighborhood try to kill me, try to rob me, family members and everything. They didn't want to see me evolve. They was trying to milk stuff from me though. But if I was up $1 billion, I know the programming and why they act and why they are the way they are. I still would go back and try to change the mindset of the people. I still would. It's just I don't understand it when you up that much and you can watch your people suffer like that. Even if I took a L, if I'm up $1 billion, I take a $20-30 million L, it ain't even gonna affect me like that, man. Because my morals is intact. But some people don't care about morals though, man.
No, they don't. You see it every day.
Yeah.
That's a fact, man. We appreciate you though, guy, man. And
I appreciate y'all, man.
We need you to put a link or something in the comment section so the people that's watching the show can go subscribe to your channel.
Your channel. Yeah, put it in the comment section, man.
I put it in the comment section.
We're gonna pin it to the top.
I appreciate y'all, fellas.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate you, brother. For real.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. Shout out to God, man. Really over there. So we get to really tap into somebody who in LA, over there and understand how everything is going on, man.
Hey, I got a caller. If you still watching the show, I apologize. They just hit me up and say, man, so you just gonna skip over me then? You know what I'm saying?
Hey, we ain't. Hey, that's Trev. Look, man. They
I ain't
ain't
gonna
got nothing.
I ain't gonna put
Yeah.
him or her out there, but I ain't gonna skip over you. I'm about to call you, so please answer the phone, man. I'm losing my voice, and I'm
Walk for
still
your
up there
moral
holding
and compass, which is your soul. Right. We got to stay on morals.
facts. You tapped into
Hello?
Water God TV and Trevor Jackson TV. How you doing tonight?
Hello?
Can you hear
Hello,
us?
can you hear us? Facts,
I'm
Toby.
doing okay. Yes,
You
I
doing
can hear you
okay?
now.
Okay. All right. How
Yeah,
you
I'm doing
doing
all
this
right.
evening? All right. So
I'm
what you
doing pretty good.
what interests you about the show? What you want to talk about to us today?
Well, I kind of lost a lot of the things I wanted to talk about, but
Oh, I hate that.
what? Because I don't write anything down. That's my fault. But
That's cool.
I forget what you all were talking about in the beginning. But I just wanted to. Y'all were talking about hip hop,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
I called like probably a month ago, was cussing and stuff. I'm sure.
Okay, you call
I'm
you
like,
ain't cussing today.
right. So I'm not going to cuss
Right.
today.
Thank you.
But I
Okay.
don't know. My I believe God or the higher power gives everybody gifts, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And I think my gift is after I grew out of being an angry teenager, I developed a sense of humanity, right? And that just made me want to study people,
Yeah.
everybody,
Mm.
because I need to know why things happen, not just that they happen.
Mm-hmm.
I need to know where it comes from, right?
Okay.
Right.
As far as the Black community, it was inevitable that we move away from, not inevitable, but just not like now, just a little bit, move away from the teachings of civil rights and the teachings of the slave.
Okay.
I think that was important to us because that kept us close to who we are, as far as to the soul, right? But you have both parents in the family, maybe. If not, you have one, but both of them started working. That takes away time.
Mm-hmm.
Then you had crack hit, and that threw us for a loop,
Most
right?
definitely.
So we're recovering from that still.
Mm-hmm.
And we're not doing a good job because we don't accept it.
Mm-hmm.
We don't accept that a lot of parents were gone and the kids raised kids.
Mm-hmm.
When you have a teenager that's being abused or neglected, 9 times out of 10, what they want to do most is have a child so they can have their own family because they think that'll make everything better.
Yeah.
So you have a lot of beyond youngsters because it's not just that they're teenagers. It's that they're teenagers that know way less than what they should know.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Raising kids.
For real.
So the kids of those children are who we're dealing with now.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is we don't want to see it, accept it, and deal with it because you have to teach them. You can't ignore them. You can't say they're not a part of us or we're better than them and all that kind of stuff. We can't do that. It doesn't have to be Harvard type that we try to teach them.
Mm-hmm.
We have to teach them how to love themselves, how to respect themselves. Because if they don't, they're not going to do that to us. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Me personally,
Right.
I grew up in Cleveland, Ohio, yes.
Okay.
But I feel like I was raised in a small mining camp in Birmingham, Alabama.
Wow.
I haven't seen any place like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I've traveled a lot.
Mm.
Down there is where I learned exactly what a village is. You can be in a city where you are close knit, but I've seen nothing like that. And that taught me as Black people how we need to move.
Exactly.
We don't protect each other.
We don't care about each other. We're not concerned about the next one. We feel like white folks feel about us at this point. If I'm not better than a nigga, then what am I? And that's how we feel about each other nowadays. And that's a problem.
Yeah, that's a big
problem. That's a problem.
It's a big problem. Yeah, I'm with you because
right.
I said that.
It's so basic. It's so basic on the ground floor of where we need to work from. I remember cousin James or whoever from BET came to a college I was attending, talking about the election, whoever it was that particular year. And I was like, why are we caring about this? You know?
Right.
Why do we care about Kwanzaa? That's the stuff. We need to work on who we are. We need to hold out our hands to our seniors and our babies.
Right. I got a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry to cut, but I had a question for you because I said this early in the show. I said, you know, I stayed in all over Florida. I stayed in North Florida, but what woke me up to North Florida, everybody from Florida know that up north, it get a lot. It's crazy. It was a 7-year-old just got killed in Jacksonville, got shot. A black kid got shot by other black kids. But my point is, what is the code that we got to give out to our people to let them know that you're not a part of the Black KKK organization? What do you have to do? What morals and principles that you have to follow? You know, that we need to start pushing this so we can expose people that are not sticking to the code and you making us look bad because they're embarrassing us. We look like we don't like each other and we hate each other. How can we get
you should be
code?
embarrassing yourself? It's not about them. They don't embarrass you. My God, I'm sorry.
No, keep talking.
Go ahead.
No, I just don't. You know, back to that little angry teenager I was, and me trying to figure out my stuff. What it did was lead me to a more understanding about people and their problems, right? Which yielded to empathy, the ability to put myself in other people's shoes. And that's what we're losing. You thinking that they're making you embarrassed, you need to be able to do that. Once you do that, it's not embarrassing. It becomes sad. It becomes something that you can't help but try to help. When I was 14 years old, something happened to me that popped in my head. This is why Black people grow up and be so, because they don't have any aid. My mom was single. She married my father. They divorced when I was 2. I'm the youngest. Then I had sisters that was on drugs. So I was left to carry the boat. My mom was very intelligent. She probably would have been president by now if she would have had a husband that wasn't a whore. And we're just going to leave that there. But it was a lot of pressure on me as a kid and not knowing how to handle it. I lashed out. I did not gain self-respect, self-love until I moved down south. Because no matter what was going on, I knew that those sisters down there, Miss Maddie Mae, Miss Cat, they loved me unconditionally. Those women down there, and men, because I didn't have a grandfather. So the guy across the street was not like, I lived in a place that had supposedly had 2 street lights to a street. No stores. My great-grandmother had a store and a bootleg in her house, but it was gone by the time I came along. Everybody in that town knew my great-grandmother. Everybody knew that my great-grandmother would call you whatever or say you wrong to your face, but they knew she loved them. Nowadays, people talk about you with such vitriol, like you didn't stab them or something, and you didn't have to have done anything. And that's the problem. We don't have love within the community because self-love is at an all-time low. we don't understand that to age doesn't mean we grow and evolve. It means you just age.
Yeah,
We don't get it. We're moving away from who we were to try to move toward. And okay, hip hop. I believe that hip hop will be, and I thought when I first heard hip hop back in the late 70s, I thought that this would be the thing to gather us, right? Now here it is, 2025, and I was thinking about it a couple of months ago, and I told my nephew, I think we will be further along as a culture if hip hop had started anywhere else other than New York.
Wow.
Because people in New York,
Wow.
even if you just look at the hip hop culture, who they are, they want to mimic the money and the people and the power that they see. And this is what I saw from me traveling, where every place else wanted to be uniquely hip hop. You understand what I'm saying?
They wanted to represent themselves, what they see out their window and what they're
create.
around.
Yeah. But that was mainstream hip hop in New York. So you do have those. I mean, the fact that Gucci refused to stop wearing Gucci, even though Gucci did what they did in Balenciaga, it just really amazes me. But we don't have any love for who we are, so we can do that.
You have said so many things that caught my attention. I really don't know where to start, but I'm gonna start with the first thing that you said that caught my attention. You said we need to move away from the teachings of the civil rights.
No. That's not what I said.
Don't misquote her now. Go ahead. What you said?
Now, I wrote it down that she said it though, but educate me.
We are moving away from that. I don't care what you wrote. I definitely didn't say that, because when Will Smith made that movie of the guy that every black person has seen with all the webs on his back, and Willow asked him, "Dad, why are you making another slave movie?" It's like, oh, I wanted to go find her and just have a talk with her, because we need movies like that.
So
every black person ought to show their child the whole series of Roots.
So let me get this right. You're saying we don't need to move away from the teachings of the civil rights?
No, we should never move away from that.
Okay. Thank you. I just wanted to hear you know, it's Black History Month now. It's Black History Month, and the teachings of the civil rights was about us, us uniting with the other individuals.
No, not necessarily. It was to live as one in this space.
Okay. Educate me.
I don't, like I told you the first time I talked to you all, when my mom, she was raised in that mining camp that's still down there. It's different because all the elders have passed away. But they were in a school called Westfield that was segregated.
Yeah.
Now, when they started, that means all black. I get them too confused. Yeah. But it was all black. When they stopped that, they sent, the kids out to certain schools. But those people, they started a Westfield alumni chapter or Westfield alumni, right?
Yes.
To where you didn't have to graduate. You just had to attend that school, right? And they have chapters all over America. Like in every year, the reunion would be in a different state. Atlanta, Cleveland, New York, California, a lot of different places. Wherever somebody lived, they had a chapter. When I went there, and I've been going since I was a little kid, there were judges there. There were teachers there. There was a mayor there. There were lawyers there. Why? Because back when it was just us teaching us, there was an urgency about it, right? We really, really understood that to maneuver this society. We had to be educated as they think we should. Just like I feel I can be a psychologist to my people right now, but the society says I have to go to school and I have to get a license for it. That's just how it is. I feel like we would have done better if we would have stayed to ourselves longer.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But that didn't happen, so we have to deal with that. We have to deal with it. I believe that our biggest thing is mental and emotional. So that's why at 14, I was like, I'm going to be a psychologist because they got us effed up, you know, in the mind, you know. But as I grew, I realized that me being I didn't have much stock in psychology. Psychology wasn't created for us. The bones, the foundation of psychology is for white men. And I went into it with that, knowing that.
Oh, so you knew
even
that
the DSM-4, we're on number 5 now, but there was a time where DSM-4, Black people, we were a sickness all to ourselves in that diagnostic book. So with that being said, I believe all God's children can benefit from therapy. That's just the talk therapy. I lost twin girls. That was a long time ago. I went to a psychologist, this older white woman sitting there. She's like, are you feeling hopeless? Are you feeling helpless? This woman wants to be on the bus. So I said, yes. She didn't ask me any follow-up questions. She started to prescribe me a pill, right?
Wow. Yeah.
If I would have went to her when I was a teenager, she would have prescribed me a pill. Why? Because I was angry. You know, and it's like a lot of us now, we're older. We're not even 10. We wake up angry and we don't even understand why. I do. We need to understand slavery.
We need to heal.
And the trap of slavery and the maltreatment was totally integrated into some of our whole being. Our whole being. So that means it's internalized. Just like this white woman who lived up under me said, it's slavery. Why don't y'all just get over it? And I asked her, it was 3 girls that was kept captive here in Cleveland, right? And I said, if Cleveland wouldn't have gotten behind those girls after they was rescued and let them go after capture, you know, helping them get away from this man, what type of life do you think they would have lived? And she said, oh, it probably would have been bad and they probably would have got on drugs. I said, okay, well, just imagine something, whatever happened to them, imagine it happening 50 times worse. Them getting raped every day, them watching their kids being murdered, them being taken from their families for hundreds and hundreds of years.
Hey, thank you for that. But
I'm supposed to get over that.
Please don't be so graphic, please. You said the R word.
Not the R word. Yeah, not the R word. They're gonna throw us out of here. But I feel you though, 100.
We feel you.
Right. We feel you 1,000.
Get a better understanding of where I was coming from after that. If we never had help in the beginning, which we didn't, but we would have been fine. But they kept, every time we get a leg up, we get beat back down. Every time we create this, we get beat back down.
Okay. I got a question for you before you land your plane. What's the code? What do we have to do? Give us the game plan. What is the instructions that we got to do from now on to help us get to our righteous path?
There was never a game plan. There was never a game plan. I am going to take the gift that God gave me. It should have been there by this point. I wanted to create a rec center in the Kismet area, which is a poor, low class, low income neighborhood here in Cleveland, and open up a rec, but one that focused on mental wellness and prevention. But really, I just wanted to get for government money into that so I can put it in the community how the community needed. On top of giving free talk therapy. And that's because that's my gift.
Right.
Whatever your gift is, that's what you got to do.
Right.
There was never a plan. They told us it was a plan so we could just search and look for another Martin or Malcolm. But it was never like that.
Mm-hmm.
There was a host of people.
A host of people, yeah. But they try to make us have a Messiah. Yeah.
Right. But we believe it. That's the problem. We believe it.
Yeah. It's up to us individually.
Everybody has a purpose. All of us
got a purpose.
are important.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to Introvert Rockstar. He said that too. Everybody plays a role. You may not know it, but you play a role in this. And you got to do something. And we got to make sure everybody know that they got to do something. But I know we do need a plan. We need to have some type
of that. If I'm not better than you, then you oh my God. It's like, man, it's sad. It's sad. It's sad.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not, this is nowhere near hell. This is God-given, this life we have. It's humanity that got life messed up. It's humanity. And it's because we keep going away from our humanity.
Mm-hmm.
Because and it's not like we are assimilating, because we do it without even consciously knowing it. You know?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that is the biggest problem. These white women have their own issues in their society. I don't think black women had that problem in the long, long ago, however you want to call it. I think black women were respected when we were in our little huts or whatever you have. I think that was different. But now we're starting to act like them. Our black men are starting to act like their men. And that we need to, not all, personally, not all.
Yeah, no, not all, but we're so around them so much. Like, I get you, I get you. We starting to integrate and we starting to be similar. But I got a question for you. How do you feel like it's a mental, because you are, this is your field. Do you feel that if a woman has to put on fake hair, nails, and eyelashes, do you feel like that's a mental disease or mental sickness?
To a certain degree, no. But where we are now, something's going on.
Right.
Because I swear to God, if black women don't have enough ass, I don't understand who's supposed to. So yeah, something is going on. As they try to be us, we have to be more, because, like that white man said in that one movie, I think Mississippi Burning, and if I'm not better than an N-word, then who am I better than? So it's a constant like that. Whereas me, I just want a single-story home with enough land in the back so I can have a damn garden. That's all I want out of what I'm doing. And I was so close, but I went down south to take care of a family member, because that's what I do. 2 days after I got down here, I was hit. I was in a car accident. So I haven't finished school, and I probably will not. So I have to figure another way that I can help my community, because that is my purpose.
Okay.
Mm.
Things.
We want you to land your plane. We done had a couple of callers. We appreciate everything that you said in your perspective. Thank you for your time. Thank you for supporting us also.
I appreciate you. Yeah, that question I just had to ask you. That was, you was like,
every time you get passionate, I remember who she is, fam.
You gotta keep calling in. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. We
I
appreciate you.
Bye bye.
Shout out to John. John said I done asked the wrong questions. You right about that, man. I had to challenge him. I had to put something there, but that was funny.
I laughed at that when you said that. Internally, I didn't even want to show the face that was hilarious. But man, I see everybody in the chat was talking about a man ain't a man without a plan.
For real.
You got to have a plan. Got to have some structure to your life if you want to move forward and lead the people that you lead in your life. Let me read Zell's comment because you've been in your bag. I would love to hear your voice and let you speak on the show too and educate us, fam, because you've been in your bag with your comment.
TB's, yeah.
We walking, talking, and educated by the invader is a mental health issue. Alpha beta mental reprogrammer. Goodness. Bag, man. For real. Yeah. Thank you. Thank y'all, man. Let's touch on one more topic, fam, man. You know, we coming back tomorrow.
Yeah, we're gonna be back tomorrow. We had to have y'all tap in. I'm just a breadcrumber. I'm just a breadcrumb. But you want to hit on another video?
Yeah, let's play another video, man. And
oh yeah, we gotta do. Yeah, we gotta do Trump. We gotta do Trump.
Okay, let's see what Trump's talking
about. All right, let's get it.
Let's go.
Inclusion initiatives, Massachusetts Congresswoman Ayanna Pressley has reintroduced a bill that seeks to combat that. Along with other members of Congress, Pressley held a press conference today at the Capitol in Washington, D.C. to revive the historic reparations legislation. Now, that bill aims to study and propose restitution for slavery and racial discrimination. Congresswoman Pressley says it's a critical time to push for this bill.
These are deeply consequential times. As Dr. King said, the time is always right to do what is right. We're navigating the landscape of a hostile administration that's seeking to gut civil rights protections and to roll back progress that has been made.
Now, this is not the first.
To New York City migrants last week, quote, 4 employees being fired.
You hit both the clips, didn't it, fam? Just play both of them. Play that.
Yeah, man.
This morning, the Trump administration's plan to carry out mass layoffs within the federal government is underway. Sources tell ABC News thousands of employees were fired yesterday across numerous agencies. It includes the Department of Education, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, the Environmental Protection Agency, and the Small Business Administration. More than 1,000 new employees were dismissed at the Department of Veterans Affairs.
This is a difficult conversation, and I want to be direct.
In audio obtained by ABC News, the acting director of the Office of Personnel Management is heard telling about 200 probationary employees to gather personal belongings.
You will receive your termination notice via email shortly, and it will include the reason for termination. As a result, your employment with the Office of Personnel Management will end today.
The firings are initially affecting probationary employees, as many as 200,000 recent hires who joined the federal workforce within the last 2 years. A group of unions has filed a lawsuit to try and block the mass firings. Trump said he was going to provide details yesterday on what he and Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency claim are billions of dollars of wasteful and fraudulent government. This morning, the Trump administration.
My bad. All right, so look. Government spending. Let's go over the Trump one. I see John was in the comment section like, not Trump.
Mm-hmm. Let's pull them
so
up.
I think it's something that we can learn from what they're doing as far as cutting all of this government spending. We seeing a lot of wasteful spending in the government, right? Mm-hmm. And if we know that we doing 1.8 trillion dollars a year,
mm-hmm.
That's the spending power we got. We got to take the information of what they're doing and we got to apply it to what we need to do, in my opinion. What you think about that?
For ourselves internally. Like if we spend 1.8 trillion as a collective, then what can we do to keep those funds? We can make the money and work and do all of that stuff, but what are we doing to keep the money internally, the all money in, like we promoting and we saying, bringing the money back in? But what caught my attention, I'm for, to be honest, some of this, it doesn't need to be that much government, my opinion. But what catches my attention about them firing all these people, letting all of these things go, is that where is the money that they saving going? That's what they ain't talking about, fam. Where's the money going that they saving? Who pockets is it going into? They get rid. I was looking, me and my wife is heavy in the real estate. I was looking at the DC area as of recently in the multiple listing service. And it's so many homes being sold. because people don't got jobs no more. People scared. They'll rather sell their home than lose their home. You know what I'm saying? But I feel as if it don't need to be that much government. I agree with the firing of the people that's not doing what they're supposed to do. If you need the federal government for anything and you make a phone call, you can't even get access to them. Or they're going to make you wait all day long before they do anything for you. And then if they need something from you, they want it immediately, like taxes. You know what I'm saying? They're going to put you on a plan or whatever. If you can't afford it right now, they need it immediately. But with these jobs and the removal of these people and these entities or whatever, where the money going? That's what Trump and Elon ain't talking about, fam. That's all I got to say about that.
Yep, but listen, I'm glad you said that, right? And we did play the reparations clip, and I see some people commenting on that. But I'm finna give y'all this stat, and it's I want to get y'all opinion on this, right? Johnny Cochran fought for black people, and he got the biggest lawsuit from Pfizer, Monsanto. This was from a water pollution. They polluted the water in Alliston, Alabama, right? Johnny Cochran they sued for $300 million. 18,000 plaintiffs, 18,447 plaintiffs was to receive 142 million. That equals 9,000 for an adult and 2,000 for a kid. So think about that. For 18,000 people, 9,000 each, you can get $142 million. My point is, when they got that money broken down, 142 million is a lot of money. But when you broke that money down to 18,000 plaintiffs, is nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. It don't seem like nothing at all. What is it again? The number $18,000, $9,000?
18,000 plaintiffs, but $9,000 for adults, $2,000 for kids. So what I'm saying is 142 million. If they would have just kept the 142 million and did investments in that, and this happened in the 1980s or something, that money would have tripled probably. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, it'll be that $9,000 now in comparison to the 80s is 50,000. $9,000 then was like holding on to 50 right now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is our financial literacy and how we understanding money and numbers is not there. In my opinion, it was worth them not even taking no money, no 9,000 each. They should have they got 142 million. Let's make this 300 million. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, let's invest it or create something that can grow. Create a community, because like I said, man, black folks need their own community, their own entity. Like, I made a video earlier, if people be watching my channel too, about what's the sanctuary cities. I don't know if you've seen that, Rob. I put a video out.
Yeah.
How do the transgenders unify? And I thought sanctuary cities was just specifically for migrants and immigrants. That the first transgender sanctuary city, fam, they got their own city now. How did they unify and get that? But we got $1.9 trillion a year, and we don't have our own community or our own city that's sanctuary for people that look like us. Or do we even need
that? Do we need that right now? I mean, we got a lot of people coming into I don't know. We do need sanctuary cities for us, because I be listening to a lot of YouTubers, and they tell you it's some towns you don't want to go in, because it ain't safe for you. So we do need spots that we need people telling everybody, hey man, this ain't a good area you need to be traveling in unless you coming.
Yeah, that's true.
With an army.
That's true. So that's interesting. Man. That's interesting. Man.
Shout out, John. Yeah, man, but that's all. I mean, I'm just looking at the financial part, man. I feel like I don't want us to keep getting, and we got reparations tomorrow, and everybody broke it down, and everybody got $80,000, $100,000. What the money gonna do?
It ain't gonna do nothing but go back to the white power structure. That's all it's gonna do. I don't care if we got $1 million a piece. If we, like they just said, you ain't a man if you ain't got a plan. If you ain't got a plan on what to do with it, then you ain't gonna do nothing with it. That's just my opinion at the end of the day. And Like what we said at the top of the podcast about fear, fam.
Yeah.
You can have all the money in the world. If you ain't willing to die, I don't know what that money gonna mean to you. And how did they obtain the power, fam? When I look at, we played the clip about Trump. When I look at Trump now, he running around talking about what he's gonna do. He taking shit, fam.
That's how they get their money. They take stuff, but you know,
We
they
living
definitely take
morally.
stuff.
They just taking shit, fam. I could be wrong. Let's read a
Shout
few
out to Cat.
comments.
Yep. Go ahead. We are all different. We have to understand that, but we have one goal though. Religions are different. Education is different. Some men build, some write, and some fight. We need our own towns. Yeah.
That's a fact. Tania said we used to have the green book to tell our people where to go and not to go. That's facts. Read Beezy, fam.
I have a chart that tells reparations, who got it, and how much I can email it. Definitely email it to us. I may have to go over that.
Not necessarily true.
On my channel.
Count us out. What was being counted out, John? Help me out, man. What was? Did I say something about counting us out as people?
Facts. They are calling us.
Yeah. Okay, so Kat said, well, Mayor Adams got his wake-up call when the czar told him on air about his butt. New York City is a sanctuary city. Stop trusting the enemy. Yeah.
That's a sanctuary city. Arizona, I think, is one too.
Man, I was tripping when I seen that. I want to read the thing, man. I'm gonna read it because it was a town hall meeting in that city in Massachusetts. And I just gotta read this to the family, man, because I think it's educational. I think it'll be interesting to them. It was an article in Newsweek, and I'm gonna read a little bit of it to y'all, man, because I didn't know that this was going on, and I want to know your thoughts, fam, about this. I'm gonna go ahead and play the. Well, I got the clip.
Okay.
So this is according to Newsweek. The City Council of Worcester, Massachusetts, has approved a petition to designate the city as a transgender sanctuary, joining a handful of others across the United States. And it said, why it matters. Since retaking office, Trump has issued several orders aimed at transgender people, including barring transgender athletes from competing in girls and women's sports, cutting federal support for youth gender transitions. I didn't know they was doing that, Rob. I'm reading this to you. I know they was doing that. They said federal support for youth gender transitions. Damn, so the feds was paying for that, fam? And we ain't getting that. We and hold up, I gotta.
And it cost 100,000 too. People don't know.
We don't deserve reparations, but you'll give you'll fund a child gender change.
Yep. And it costs 100,000. I did a show on this like last year. Me and my partner, we did the stats, and it costs around 100,000 to get a sex change. But we feel that they're trying to market people for that money. You know what I'm saying? It's like a procedure. It's like a health procedure that you're doing. So, you know, Dwayne Wade's son got that,
and it's promoting that. Let me keep.
They always use us.
Let me keep reading, Rob. So that was why it matters. And these people got their own city now. So let me keep reading. What to know? A resolution supported by queer residents of Worcester and our allies pushed for the city council in Massachusetts, the second largest city in Massachusetts, to declare itself a sanctuary city and a place of safety for transgenders and gender diverse people. It is largely a symbolic move. The resolution was passed Tuesday night by a 9-2 vote. Around 200 people showed up in support of the measure, according to NBC's Boston affiliate. The petition came weeks after the city's council at large, Nugent, took a near month-long break from the council over claims that the climate was transphobic. Nugent voted in favor of the petition and has now returned to the panel. So it is 4 cities in the United States. No, it's 5. that is sanctuary cities for transgenders, and I thought that was the first. But they say there are several transgender cities in the U.S., including Kansas City, Missouri, Sacramento, West Hollywood, and San Francisco. But dang, we don't got a sanctuary city, man.
For us, that's what I'm saying. I get what you're saying.
We ain't
They done
got a
burnt us
community.
down.
We ain't got a community. They got a city.
Yeah, that's just something we got to work on, fam. I don't, we at ground zero right now trying to figure it out. We need to get a plan together. I like what Kendrick Lamar did. He just put messaging so we can speak and we can understand, because coded messaging has been since slavery days. We can't speak willingly on these platforms and out on all our plans and what we're doing. I'm gonna have to start a group.
Oh yeah, most definitely not.
And we're gonna have to talk. We can't be just everything got to be coded when we speaking on the internet. But yeah, we got to get a group or something where we could talk, and not everybody know what we got going on.
Yeah, a specific platform or not. I don't know how to. It can't be a paid thing too. It got to be a family with a link. That number again, y'all. Text me y'all information, y'all email address. We always say this after
so we
every
can
show, so we can put y'all into.
We can hold it. Yeah, so we know who you is, and we can send you a message, and we like, yo, this what's going on. Meet us here.
Yeah.
So it's important for us to be locked in with each other, have each other emails and phone numbers. So if we got to put a message out, we got people to put messages out, and we can keep putting it out through the people.
Yeah,
that is important. I'm glad you said that.
Yeah, most definitely, fam. And let's go ahead and close the show out, fam. We done we supposed to did an hour. We done gave them 2.
I
fam.
know we done gave them 2. It was so much love in the show, man. It's hard to, not accept and give back that love. So we appreciate y'all, because
Thankful.
It's hard for us to get love out here, to be giving each other love like how we do on this channel.
That's a fact. That's a fact. It is what it is, bro.
It is what it is. So listen, y'all check us out tomorrow at 9:30. We're gonna go for an hour, 2 hours. What we gonna do tomorrow, man?
We're gonna figure it out as we go. It might be 3 hours, 4 hours.
You feel me?
It might be an hour, but whatever it is, it's gonna be raw. Pause.
It's gonna be raw for real. So John, shout out to you. William Johnson, shout out to you. TZ, TBZ, Tania, everybody, man. We appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Y'all make sure y'all keep us with y'all phone number and email. If y'all text that number, that 202 number, so we can have you just in case that we want to send a mass message out to all our people. So y'all lock in with us. And we definitely love y'all, man. And we're gonna catch y'all on the next one.
Salute.
Yeah.